Okay, so common factor. It says in algebra, we often need to simplify expressions, and this may involve expanding, which you guys have done. No? Remember what expanding is? Multiply in. No? Okay? Or it's on your notes. Exactly what you see here is on your notes, so you can just make extra notes if you want to say something or add something to that. Or removing brackets as well as factorizing. Okay. By expanding brackets, we mean multiply each term in the bracket by the term outside. So, you guys have done this. So, I gave you 4 bracket 2x plus 3, and then what you did is you multiplied in that 4. Do you can remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you then eventually got 8x plus 12. No? Everyone fine? So, factorizing, people, is the opposite of that. Okay, so let's see. Factorizing is simply the reverse of expanding brackets. To factorize an expression completely, we take the highest common factor of each term and place this in front of the bracket. Okay, so just going to wait until he's given everyone. Come. Okay, so I'm giving you 6x plus 24. We have got to factorize that. Have a look at the 3 options below. Which one do you think would be the correct factorizing of 6x plus 24? It would be B. Good. How did you know that? Because you multiplied it. 3 times 2x gave me 6x. And 3 times 8 gave me 24. Okay, so this part is not on the page. So maybe write that on the side. Okay? Which part? That I'm going to write. My class last year, they liked looking at, they liked looking at it like this. So, 6x plus 24. What number can go into both 6 and 24? 2. 2 can go in. Right. 3 can also go in. And 6 can also go in. Right. So, have a look what they did. Let's start with 2. 2 can go into all of them. So what my class last year did is they said, okay, when we decide 2 is a common factor. It's common because it can go into each one of those. I can divide it into each one of those. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay? Okay? Then, so meaning, you first write your common factor, 2. Then a bracket to show what is left after I took out the 2. So have a look here. 2 will go in once, 2 will go in 3 times. So what's left here? 3x. Because now if I say 2 times 3x, I'm going to get that 6. No. Have a look. 2 will go in once, 2 will go in 12 times. So plus 12. Because if I now say 2 times 12, it'll give me the 24. So have a look. Can this be the factorizing of it? Yeah. So that's an option. Okay. Let's do something else. Let's try 3. So let's say I decide 3 is a common factor because 2 can go into all of them. So then I know that I'm going to say 3. Oh, well, it's not too big. Have a look. 3. And then my bracket to show what's left after I took out 2. So I say divide by 3, divide by 3. 3 goes in once, 3 goes in twice. So 2x. Then plus 3 goes in once, 3 goes in 8 times. There's my 8. So can you see this is also an answer? Hey, right. Let's look at the 6. You said 6 can also divide into all of them. So you show your common factor, and then you start the new bracket. Let's see what would be left inside the bracket. 6 and 6 cancels out, so just x. 6 goes in 1, 6 goes in 4 times. 3c plus 4. So that is also an option.
Wow.
Hey, so actually all 3 of these answers are correct. No? Now, usually when we factorize, we take out the highest common number. So that is why you'd rather opt for C. Okay. But it's not that A or B is wrong. It's still correct. Okay. Right. Now we're saying factorize the following expression. Okay. So what is the highest common factor? What's the highest number that can go? Remember, we want the highest one. You saw now we can take, sometimes have multiple numbers that also go in there, but we always want to take the highest common factor. It would be 3. Okay, so first things first, you show me the 3 and then start your bracket. So if I do this, divide by 3, divide by 3. Those are going to cancel out, so that's how I just get x. These are going to cancel out, so 1. Does it make sense, people?
Very much. It's perfect.
That's on your page, no? It's the second slide. Everything that you see on the board, you've got in front of you. It's just what I'm writing extra with the coking that you maybe have to add. Okay, so factorize the following expression. 8x minus 20. Without looking at the answer, what's the highest common factor? Highest number that can divide into all of them. Not 8. Someone said 8? Because 20 divided by 8 is going to give me, there's going to be remainders. No? Okay. So the highest common factor would then be 4. So now we start with writing the highest common factor, the 4, and then we make a bracket to show. If I take out 4, what would be left? Let's see. Divide each one of them by 4. So 4 will go in once, 4 will go in twice. So can you see 2x? Yes, ma'am. 4 will go in once, 4 will go in 5 times. So? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. You don't even have to write this if you don't want to. You can do it all in here. It depends on how comfortable you are with it. Okay. Okay, factorize the following expression, 21x minus 28. The highest common factor would be 7. Okay, so let's show we're taking out 7. Then we start a bracket to show what's left if I take out 7 from each of these terms. So the 21x divided by 7 would give me 3x. The 28 divided by the 7 would give me 4. Okay, so do you guys think you would be able to do this? Okay, there are a lot more examples on the next slide. So you will see each one of them is factorized there. I'm not going to go through them because you guys say you kind of get it, no? Now I want to test if you really do. Okay, so just look at this. Remember, especially when it gets to the variables. Okay, so at the top, it says 2AR is actually 2 times A times R, right? And then AB times CD will give me ABCD, okay? 2x times 3x will give me 6x squared. And xy times 2y will give you 2xy squared. Okay, but all of that I'm just saying or reminding you because when we have something like this, x squared plus 7x, now you'll see I can't take out a number as a common factor. No, I can take out a variable as a common factor. So what variable is in both of them? X. Okay? Will I take out x squared or will I take out x? You can only take the lowest one. No. So we say we're going to take out x. Now if I do this, let me just skip one. Firstly, remember we say x because that is the common factor that I'm taking out. Then we start with our bracket. Now we need to figure out what's going to be written over there. So can you see this x will cancel out with one of them? So that's why I have x left. This x will cancel out with that one, and that's why I have 7 left. Now, you guys okay? Remember, when you write a text, you finish everything. Once you're done, you go back. And how do we double check our answers? We go multiply in. So x times x will give me x squared. X times 7 will give me 7x. And if you multiply in and you get a different answer from what was asked, then you know somewhere I made a mistake. Okay, so that's just a way that you can go back and double check your work. Right. 6x to the power 3 minus 3x to the power 2. So now I can take out a variable and a number. Look at the numbers, 6 and 3. What's the highest common factor? 3. 3. Okay, let me just stop there. No? She said 1 now, no? But why do we never want to say 1 is our common factor? Because when I take out 1, is anything going to change? No. Okay, so that's why we never opt for 1. Okay, right. So we can take out a common factor of 3. But what about the variables? I've got x to the power 3 and I've got x to the power 2. What can I take out? What's a common factor? What's the same for both of those? X to the power of 2. No. Okay, so when I take out 3x to the power 2, have a look. Wait. 3 goes in once, 3 goes in twice. X squared cancels out with 2 of those. Did you see the 2x? You see that? Here, top and bottom is the same. So, 1. Alright. I just quickly want to check something. There was one more example. Give me fast, It's not going to get you off the hook. Ek weet, maar I also have to stick to the schedule. Exercise 16.3, only number 1. So it's 4 sums. A, B, C, D, okay? Only number 1. 16.3. Right, you guys may go.